What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Cacus in the flesh, coming at you live from the Tangled Shore. Bungie thought they got rid of it. Your boy found it. A little bit different format today. Let me know if you guys like it in the comment section. But I just really want to talk about a crazy Destiny 2 story because recently, almost the entire Destiny 2 community, including myself, was tricked. All right, we were hoodwinked. We were bamboozled because what really happened is obviously a story within two parts. Now, the first part of this story was that data miners came out and they said, hey, we found evidence within the game files of a premium subscription service. And a bunch of, gaming news outlets reported on this, and this kind of really spread like wildfire throughout the Destiny 2 community. And this part we need to talk about for a sec, because very interestingly, unlike most other games, like if Call of Duty was like, we're doing a monthly subscription service, people would freak out. They would not want that. But with Destiny 2, you have a lot of players, honestly, including myself, that wouldn't really mind a subscription service. Now, I'm going to go over the other side of this argument in a second. So listen, I can already see you pressing that caps lock button for the comments. Relax for a sec. We're going to go over the other side. But for a subscription service, like I'm a toxic streamer, bro. I'm going to buy all of the DLCs, the expansions, everything already. So convenience-wise, just having a monthly paid subscription service would honestly be better for me. And I think an even bigger factor is just the absolute mess in terms of how much content there is out there for sale, especially if you're a new player. Guys, like, let's take a look at the Steam page for Destiny 2 right now. All right, so if I go to the store page here and I look at what is available content for this game, if I'm a new player, if I was like, hey, I just got the game, what should I buy? Like, there's 3 different versions of the Witch Queen. Then there's all the Forsaken pack, the Beyond Light pack, the pack of the pack of the pack. It's a ton of different stuff here. And I really don't know where to start, where to jump in, all of that stuff, legacy collection, all this stuff. So having a subscription service, having something that you can just, I pay a monthly fee and I get access to all of that stuff. Like, there's no buy this and then you can buy that, and then you can choose to buy Beyond Light but not Forsaken, but not and half of Forsaken isn't even in the game. It's so confusing. So going to a monthly subscription service, right, where it's just either yes, you pay for it and you get all this content, or no, you don't, you get a free-to-play watered-down version. It's so much easier in terms of a barrier to entry for new players. Do you want to pay or do you not? You get all this stuff or you don't. You don't have to like cherry-pick all these different DLCs. And so these things combine to, again, make a lot of people advocate for this monthly subscription service, right? Now, the other side to the argument is people saying, I don't want to pay a monthly subscription service. I like to choose which seasons I invest in. A lot of people, maybe they have, a summer job that's in a different location, and they're like, I don't pay for the summer season because of that. Or they go, hey, I come in for the big expansions. I'm there for the Witch Queen. I play, and then the rest of the year, I kind of dabble. I don't buy the extra seasons. A lot of people are like that too. And also, you have to think about the fact that, honestly, having people buy each individual season, Bungie's kind of gotta bring it. Every single season, Bungie's gotta convince you to depart with your hard-earned money. Whereas for a subscription service, they could just kind of sit back a little bit more. But with this model we have now, it's like, okay, we've got to convince people to buy Season of the Plunder. Here are all these sick weapons. Here is the sick armor, right? You have to imagine that is leading to Bungie putting a little bit more effort into every single season when every single time there's a purchase at stake. So that's the arguments kind of for and against, and they're a little watered down. Obviously, could go more into the whole debate. But the point is, the Destiny community is definitely interested in a subscription service and has been thinking about it for a while. Not necessarily wanting it, but like toying with the idea. So when this news came out, it spread like wildfire. People were like, it's finally coming. We're finally getting a subscription service. Then, woo! Here comes the other side of the story. No one expected. So basically, it was reported that the data miners just made it up. Like, they didn't find bupkis within the game files. They found nothing. They just completely made it up. In fact, here's the statement from the data miner themselves within their Discord saying, I was just going to keep this going, but since it grew really large and people were actually worried outside of this server, we wanted to formally announce and admit that we were just trolling everyone. This will probably make people angry, but it was all meant to be done non-maliciously. If there's any future jokes, I'll tag it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, yeah. So all that hubbub, all these gaming news sites, everyone reporting on this subscription service. Heck, I was going to almost make a video just on the subscription service. Yeah, it's just completely made up. This is just not in the game files. Now, interestingly, you may be thinking, wait a minute. If it was made up, why did it take for the data miners to come out and say, hey, we made this up? Why didn't Bungie come out and say, hey, they made this up? No, there isn't. Like, that's kind of weird, right? That, like, Bungie could have easily come out and said, there's absolutely nothing in the game files, they're lying. And that would have killed the story day one, right? But it took for the data miners that came out. I think, honestly, Bungie looked at this and thought, okay, let's collect some data. Like, let's collect some opinions, right? Like I said, there's people who said, yeah, this would be convenient, this would be nice, I wouldn't mind this. So Bungie is probably toying with this idea. Not enough to actually put it in the game files as to say it's imminent, right? But enough to kind of sit back and say, we're going to let this ride. Let's see what people think about this. That's an interesting part of this story I don't think enough people are talking about. But yeah, what a crazy thing that they just came out and said, yeah, it's not true. We completely made this up. And you always gotta, like, now wonder about data mines. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan. I haven't covered like leaks or anything on this channel for frankly years now, just because I kind of feel like it ruins the hype. A lot of people don't want to see that, and so you have your community like either really wanting to see that or don't. Frankly, I'm too busy playing the actual game. All right, I'm in there in the depths of the Grandmaster. I don't got time to read every pastebin link and try to figure out if it, or leak and try to figure out if it's real, bro. I'm a grinder through and through. So for me, it's not something I like covering, but I totally, if you are someone who loves like leaks and knowing what's next, you've now really got to like literally you could just be trolled. And additionally, some stuff that is true turns out to never happen. I don't know if you guys remember Arms Week, right? This was a big thing that they found the evidence for Arms Week, a new event. 47,000 YouTube videos were made about it. It never happened, bro. Like, it was in the database. Bungie thought about it, they were toying with it, and then they went, it's not going to work out. And then they never actually did it. So that's something that also often comes to fruition. Stuff is thrown in the database, perhaps like it was just stuff that they tested, and it would be more work to remove it than it would actually benefit them. So they never actually act on some things in the database. It's just like old code and old things for maybe stuff they were testing out, but is never actually going to make it into the game. So that's something that I think a lot of people don't consider as well. They take like database stuff as like, oh, this is 100% going to happen. Now, often it does, but now we've all got to be looking at these leaks with a grain of salt moving forward, because this was just a massive bamboozle. Like, so pretty crazy. That's the story. What do you guys think? Let me know in that comment section. Do you want to see his premium subscription service, or do you not? Guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this interesting. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.